Dear learners of Standard 8, how are you all? It's a very good morning and hope you all are safe and sound and at home by the blessings of Almighty Allah. Welcome back to our science class. Today I am going to discuss on chapter 13. You know, the name of the chapter is Food and Nutrition. Previously I had discussed with you about the carbohydrate. Today I am going to discuss about which food element? Yes, dear learners, I am going to discuss about the food elements which is needed for our repair, growth and development of the body. That is what? That is protein. So, this protein, you will know about the protein. Protein is the composite element of our body, and you know food is composed of a number of chemical elements. Protein is one of them. So let's start the class. So chemically, protein is composed of amino acids, which are organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen or sulfur. So protein, it is composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Basically carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. And protein contains 16% of nitrogen. Previously you had learned about the composite elements of the carbohydrate, that the elements, the fundamental elements, carbohydrates are composed of three fundamental elements, that are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But here protein, four fundamental elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, and protein contains 16% of nitrogen. So here you have to know that as of now a total of 22 proteogenic, that is protein building amino acids, which combined into peptide chains, polypeptide chains, to form the building blocks of a vast area of proteins. So this carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen attached with the polypeptide chains. So in nutrition science, protein is considered as a very important food nutrient, and protein is a complex compound of amino acid. So what is amino acid? Amino acid are organic compounds that contain amino, NH2, this amino bond and carboxyl, COOH, functional group, along with a side chain R group specific to each amino acid. So here amino acids are organic compounds that contain amino group and carboxyl functional group, that is follow here in amino acid structure. Protein contains the amino group, this one is amino group NH2, and the carboxyl group, that is COOH, this is carboxyl group, and R here the side chain. So this is the basic structure of the amino acid, that is along with a side chain R group specific to each amino acid. The key elements of an amino acid are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, although other elements are found in the side chains of certain amino acid. So here protein is a complex compound of amino acid. Now what is amino acid? Amino acid are the building blocks of proteins, and proteins are the building blocks of muscle mass, according to the nutritional institutes of health. So people can produce some amino acids but must get others from food. So all the amino acids will not form inside our body. Some amino acids we have to collect from the food element. The 9 amino acids that humans cannot produce on our own are called the essential amino acids. So by the process of digestion, protein turned into amino acid and suitable for the body to absorb. an essential amino acid. So what is essential amino acid or indispensable amino acid? Is an amino acid that cannot be synthesized from scratch by the organism fast enough to supply its demand and must therefore come from the diet. So from the diet we must have to collect the essential amino acid. Of the 21 amino acids common to all life forms, the 9 amino acids humans cannot synthesize. So as of now, a total of 22 types of amino acids have been found in the nature. But the way we arrange Bangla or English alphabets to get numerous words, the proteins are produced in the same way after arranging these 22 amino acids in different forms, number and types. For this reason, some amino acids are very important for the growth, repair and balance of nitrogen of the body. And I have told you that is protein contains 16% of nitrogen. So these amino acids are very important for the growth, repair and balance of nitrogen in the body, and these are called essential amino acids. These amino acids cannot be produced in the body. These can be collected from the food. So what are those 9 essential amino acids? Follow. If you remember this sentence, you can easily memorize these 9 essential amino acids. That is, my tall handsome vegan friend is watering kale leaves. Okay, so these are the 9 essential amino acids, and from which food we can collect these 9 essential amino acids for the adults. Follow here 2 colors. This pink color shows this valine, started from valine to the lysine. This 8 we can collect from the beans or other legumes. Then another one, methionine and isoleucine. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we can collect from the corn or maize and other grains. Now, why amino acids is essential for our body? It protects against UV damage, repair damaged tissue and promotes healing. This conditioning our skin needed for collagen production. What is collagen production? That is, collagen is the main structural protein in the extracellular matrix found in the body's various connective tissue. As the main component of the connective tissue, it is the most abundant protein in mammals, making up from 25% to 35% of the whole body protein content. Aid ingredient penetration, prevent mast cell protein breakdown, important for formation of cell membrane. For this reason, we can say that the protein is helpful for repair, growth and development of the body. Here in food, if there is any deficiency of animal protein, this picture shows you the animal protein. So in food, if there is deficiency of animal protein, that is essential amino acids, symptoms of various diseases arises. That means, for example, we can say due to the deficiency of animal protein, the nausea, that is vomiting tendency, increase of organic acid in the urine and imbalance of nitrogen, etc. occurs. So we have to eat different types of animal protein. Now, what is digestibility? Dear learners, all proteins are not equally absorbed in the body. The nutrition value of proteins depends on its digestibility. After having an intake of proteins, the proportionate percentage of protein which is absorbed from the intestine is called the easily digestible quotient of protein. So first, digestibility, what? A measure of the proportion of a feed that is digestible. And coefficient of digestibility, that is the proportion of a food that is digested compared to what is absorbed. That is the proteins which are 100% absorbed in the body and enhance the growth and repair has the easily digestible quotient of 1. Here follow easily digestible quotient means what? That is how many times that a result obtained by dividing one quantity by another of protein. This is so digestibility depends on digestibility. The coefficient of digestibility occurs, that is follow the proteins which are 10% absorbed, that is 100% what you take that totally absorbed in the body and enhance the growth and repair has the easily digestible quotient of 1. And if it is not done, the easily digestible quotient has to be less than 1. So in this case, the intake, that is the 10%, that means the proteins which are 10% absorbed in the body and enhance the growth and repair has the easily digestible quotient of 1. That is, in this case, the intake of proteins and the absorption is equal. Simply, it can be said that the amount of proteins taken by the organisms is fully used by body for its growth and repair. And if it is not done, the easily digestible quotient has to be less than 1. So the easily digestible quotient of breast milk and egg, that is 1. That means these two food element which intake the proteins is totally absorbed, that is the absorption and intake is equal. The easily digestible quotient of other proteins is less than 1. Then next, the body of children suffers from different protein deficiency related complications if food lacks sufficient proteins. So the growth and developments of the body is also hampered. When children suffers from malnutrition, the growth of the body is stopped or delayed. And due to the deficiency of protein, children suffers from two diseases. One is kwashiorkor, another one is Merasmus. So due to the protein deficiency, especially children suffers from kwashiorkor or Merasmus disease. Now follow Merasmus. Young children and infants are vulnerable to consequences of lack of protein, and this Merasmus is a severe lack of important nutrients. What is kwashiorkor? Lack of proteins from carbohydrate sources like rice, yams and bananas causes kwashiorkor. This is a severe malnutrition disease common in older children. Now one by one, kwashiorkor. Follow here the normal phase of a person and after the deficiency of protein when kwashiorkor disease occur. This is the abnormal structure. So kwashiorkor is an African word meaning displaced child or deformed shape, that is protein deficiency seen when the child is wakened out early and given food having high carbohydrate content and low protein. So when you will that means eat the carbohydrate, much amount of carbohydrate but less amount of protein, the children will suffer from kwashiorkor disease. Growth slows down, body parts swell due to accumulation of water, that is edema occurs, and muscular development is less and limbs are swollen. So here symptoms of kwashiorkor disease, that means children lose appetite, the muscle becomes scaly and weak, the skin and hair lose their smoothness and color, and children suffer from diarrhea and edema, that is accumulation of water, and stomach swells up. So through proper treatment this disease can be cured, and also a kind of mental depression persists. What is Merasmus? The term Merasmus is derived from the Greek word Merasmus, that is which means weathering or wasting. Symptoms and signs of Merasmus. Follow here: sunken eyes, thin and bony face, ribs clearly visible through the skin, and poor growth. So at a glance, follow the symptoms of Merasmus disease: poor muscles development, bone showing, no fat, weak legs, anemia, loss of appetite, grossly underweight, mental retardation, then reduced resistance to diseases. That means the growth of the body retarded due to deficiency of both proteins and calorie, and the body gets lean and thin and reduces the skeleton. The skin becomes rough and keeps falling. That is, there is no fat. Anemia occurs and body loses the weight, and this state is dangerous for the children. And due to protein deficiency, the elderly people lost their body's resistance and causes the anemia. And symptoms of kwashiorkor, that is follow producing, that is belly, and brownish hair, dark and scaly skin, stunted growth, underweight, swollen legs, loss of appetite, anemia, mental retardation, reduced resistance. So dear learners, if kwashiorkor turned acute, it may cause death of the child. So you must have to maintain the balanced food. Which food you will eat, less, moderate or more, that is follow. We have to eat, or we have to maintain our balanced diet by taking the less amount of fat, oil, sugar and salt. Then moderately we will take dairy products, meat, fish, eggs and beans. Eat more fruits and vegetables. So we have to collect minerals and vitamins from our food element. So we have to give a more emphasis on fruit and vegetables. Then eat most amount of cereals and whole grains. And then side by side we have to eat 6 to 8, we have to drink 6 to 8 glasses of fluid, including water, weak tea and soup every day. So dear learners, maintain a balanced diet chart and maintain a healthy life. So stay safe and blessed at your home.